Hey everybody, welcome to another devlog for field warning here. We have a couple of new features to show off today. First thing I want to show you guys is the vision system that Fade and Sandman have been working on. So much like in Wargame, buildings and forests provide two types of vision blocks. So the buildings are a hard loss blocker and the forests act as you'd expect them. You can see we have a rudimentary line of sight system where you can see what is the block or what isn't. As you can see, these buildings, they prevent. I get this one that isn't set to the layer, but yeah, we can ignore that. And yeah, so the forest works in a bit of a similar way. It's still kind of janky. We still have a long way to go before ironing it all out, but to step in the right direction. And I have some units here from the opposite team set up just to show you. Let me just spawn some more.
Checking in. Loud and clear.
Move it like that. Ignore this lag. It's just my laptop dying. Should unfreeze any second now, but okay, there we go. Yeah, so as you can see, these buildings, they provide loss blocks. Same with the forest. Tells you how further in. Maybe we should adjust this, but it's all the parameters are easily adjustable. So yeah, let's move through this forest now. Let's move it through these buildings as well. And yeah, they come into contact now. As you can see, works kind of as you'd expect. There we go. This guy totally surprised us. Let's move through the forest here. And now you can see them. So it's a rudimentary vision system. As I said, still needs some ironing out, but it's a step in the right direction. Oh, there's also this orbit camera that Sandman implemented. It's a bit buggy, as you can see, but it does follow units. We do have that outline shader for the selection as well. Also, these lines, they tell you where the unit's moving when you just select it. You don't even have to hold shift. I'm gonna stop this before my GPU totally fries itself. So yeah, I have to get this thing fixed, but it's good enough to show that off. I can't stop the game. Very professional videos here on the Fire30 channel. The other thing that's pretty cool is the unit configs. Now, I don't know much about this, but these are scripts that basically work for the units in the buy menu, and I think all you need to do is you just make this like text file thing, and some of our testers have actually been tinkering with them. So there's red and blue, and yeah, you just create a file and some parameters that you adjust here, and you basically have a new unit. You can choose the models, you can choose the like armor, whatever damage values, the kinetic, high explosive, whatever. So what this does is it makes it incredibly easy for modders in the future to just come in and make whatever unit they want, and that's the whole idea of this project, right? So having this config type of stuff makes it incredibly easy for you guys as a community to just come in here and do what you want with this project. That's basically the whole idea of why we're making it. And also another thing about the vision system that I didn't mention is that this forest thing is completely dynamic. So usually you would have to go and manually add colliders to all these things that you want to be like line blockers. For example, these buildings, they have a collider, and their collider is set to a hard loss block. And imagine how annoying that would be for the forest. By the way, these pink trees are because of a shader error. I'll explain it later. But yeah, it would be really annoying if you had to manually wrap the whole forest, especially if you're a modder or a map maker and you don't want to do technical shit. All you do now, the new system Fade made, it's pretty incredible. You can draw whatever forest you want, and when we go into play, just give it a second, it's going to automatically do the line of sight for you. so you don't have to worry about any of that. So the map makers can just come in, draw some stuff, put some buildings, some roads, and they don't really have to worry about much. Loading shouldn't take too long now, but yeah, I just wanted to show that off. It's pretty cool because it really makes it easy on modding, and that's the whole idea behind this project. Just letting the community come in and do whatever they want with this, and the less technical limitations and hoops you have to jump through, the easier. So yeah, as you can see on the normal ground, the cursor is white. If we hover over, it's blue, and if I spawn a blue unit here, I like the fast tanks because I don't have to wait ages.
Checking
And
in.
as you can see, it works. We have line of sight blocks. Maybe a bit too deep, but again, this is a
Approaching the
project
objective.
in development. It's still really
Checking
early,
in.
so a lot of this is going to change. But yeah, that's pretty
Approaching the
cool, right?
objective.
You just place down whatever you want, and it works.
Approaching the objective.
And that's the whole idea. Yeah. So regarding the trees, why they're pink? It's because we switched to the new shader. Sorry, to the new renderer, HDRP. And Unity, they did not release new tools for trees on the new terrain systems. So the only way to have working trees that do not tank our performance even more so than it already is to be on the legacy renderer for the trees, which when you zoom in and they turn to a mesh from a billboard, the mesh is pink because it can't be rendered. So we have to wait for Unity to release new native terrain shaders for trees and vegetations. As you can see, we also used to have grass on the map, but it's no longer the case. That's because on HDRP there's no detail rendering shaders yet. But in the future that will change with Unity updates, so it's not something that we are too worried about. It's just how it is. Other than that, we have FLK here, also known as CTIG. I'm not gonna even bother pronouncing that on the repository. If we go here, it's don't think he's online. No, he's not. But yeah, he's been working on a separate fork for server functionality, basically multiplayer. I don't know how much of this is functional because I just color boxes basically. So this is out of my expertise, but there's progress on that front as well. And as soon as we have something substantial, we will of course let you know. The next thing is we actually want to rename the project because the current name is pretty dumb, not gonna lie. And it was basically something we had to come up with on the fly, just because we had to register the repository under something. It couldn't be blank. But me and Fade were mainly thinking Division Commander. But there is going to be this form where you guys can submit your name suggestions, and in a few weeks or something, I don't know, we'll run a community poll, and the highest voted name will most likely win, unless it's not better than this. Because we're looking for a name that really conveys the point of the game. You know what it's about just from hearing it. So we feel like Division Commander really gets that point across. I also like Front White a bit, but yeah, if you guys have name suggestions that follow this kind of idea, drop them here. The link on for this form will be in the description, and in the future we will pull it and ultimately rename it to something more sensible. And the last thing for today I want to say is we actually have a new role on the Discord called Tester, and you can apply to be a tester as well if you want. I think it was not here. Where is it? Yeah, so Fade made this document for recruitment and whatever. Um, we don't pay anyone, just to make that clear. It's all volunteer work. Yeah, we really could use some more testers if you guys want to, and if you are interested in becoming a tester, first of all, join the Discord in case you're not there already. Then there is a in links here a developer application form. You can fill it out with a tester instead, and just talk to Fade. Just message him like, "Hey, I'm interested in being a tester," and he will let you know everything you need to know regarding running the project and how everything works and what you need to test and all that. It's not like a full-time responsibility, so it's just something that if you guys are interested in, you can go for. And that's about it for this edition. Um, yeah. So as always, spread the word about it, guys. Help us grow because it's ultimately going to help the community. The more people we have working on this thing, the better. And yeah, it's slowly but surely getting there. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.